I'll remind you last year how the season ended. Starting the divisional round and the conference title games and then the Super Bowl. 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3. Excuse me, 4 in the Super Bowl. Those are how the games ended. 3-point game, 3-point game, 3-point game. Chiefs beat the Bills in overtime by 6. 3-point game, and then the Super Bowl.
Is it the best game you ever watched? Or just the best finish, maybe?
The second half was nuts.
The fourth quarter was just...
Yeah, the back and forth.
And by the way,
Davis.
That was the Sunday night game last year. Good luck falling asleep after that one. I wanted to watch it again the entire night.
Yeah.
Just like, did that really happen?
Well, fingers crossed, but that's the game people want to see again. Then you have the neutral field.
I think we're going to get it.
Bill, yeah.
I think we're getting Bills Chiefs.
Well,
I have loved this Bengals team all year long. I'll say it again. Dude, if they have 3 offensive linemen out, Burrow's not going to get much protection. You saw it last night again. They could not keep... It felt like the Ravens were getting somebody on Burrow every single time he dropped back to pass.
All right.
And you can't trust the Bengals to run the football at all.
Yep. But the Bills had a pretty good pass rush and put heat on Thompson. But the Bills looked pathetic after the first quarter.
I know.
Pathetic. And again, Josh Allen continues to turn the ball over. And he's sloppy with the ball.
I have my concerns about the Bills for sure.
Yeah?
I really do. Okay, put it this way. People still have them power rated as the best team in the NFL. I'm not so sure about that. I know it's all based on numbers.
I can't go there.
I don't. I mean, they're good. They're very good. But man, they have problems.
There's been something wrong since Thanksgiving, and even going back to, I even say that Jet game.
The Jets game.
The first Jets game that they lost and Allen got hurt. They haven't looked the same. And then they had to move the game, play in Detroit. You survive against the Lions on the road.
Uh-huh.
Now you've won 9 in a row, but it hasn't been pretty. But it's just you can't beat yourself. You can't make silly mistakes, and they're doing that every week. And it starts with Allen, which his numbers are phenomenal in the playoffs. He's also 4-0 at home in the playoffs and 0-3 on the road. But they got a lot of help. And they had to hang on for dear life to beat a third-string quarterback. And as Peter King wrote today, it looked like everyone on Miami got the playbook before the game. I mean, they can't get the play in. 4th and 1 becomes 4th and 6. They're out of timeouts. And
that's a good line.
They have to do a better job. And that should have been an easy win. Easy. Yeah. And it's 17-0. You almost lose.
That said, I mean, when you look at the updated odds right now to win the Super Bowl MVP, Josh Allen is currently sitting at 6-1. He's the second shot on the board behind Patrick Mahomes. What are the Bills to win the Super Bowl? 5-1? Plus 450? They're
350?
Plus 350 at some spots?
Okay,
so if the Bills make it to the Super Bowl, what does Josh Allen turn into at that point to win the MVP? He's even money, minus 120?
Yeah, it's a good discussion, though. It's like, well, what has to happen for the team to win? And the quarterback doesn't get it. You had it last year with Kupp, right?
Yeah.
But if a wide receiver goes off, they're usually going to say, well, I credit the quarterback. Because if a wide receiver goes off, the quarterback's usually going to have great numbers.
Yeah, it happens so often. I mean, the last year was the exception to the rule.
Right.
I mean, it's quarterback almost every single year.
Right. Even Brady, James White. What James White did against Atlanta.
Agreed.
They went with Brady. And then did he get it with the Atlanta? Yeah, that was Atlanta, right, too. And then people were making the case for the Rams game. Who do you give it to? That was that thing. That thing's 3-3 in the fourth quarter.
You know, James White, the week of the game at the Westgate, James White was 200-1.
Sure. He was awesome in that game.
Yeah, look at the Chiefs right now with Mahomes. The Chiefs are in the plus 310 territory to win the whole thing. Mahomes is plus 350. Well, even if we get KC and Philly, for example, Mahomes is going to be he'll be the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. So maybe rather than looking at the Chiefs to win the whole thing right now, you take a shot with Mahomes to be the MVP of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Allen at 6-1 is a solid bet. Even though we just got done poo-pooing on the Bills, you know? Look at Brock Purdy at plus 750.
Oh, can he do this?
He's the 4th shot on the board. I know people were doing this last week, and I don't blame them. Unfortunately, this market's unavailable in Las Vegas, so I'm a little chapped over that. So we didn't really talk about it last week. How about some of the 49ers skilled players? Would you like a slice at George Kittle in the 150-1 range?
Yeah.
Or Ayuk? at 100. Debo.
Yeah.
Debo's now 30 to 1.
That's the guy, though. Either Debo or McCaffrey. Because it's rushing and receiving. That's the guy who could have a combined 180.
Debo went over his rushing yards prop on his first carry. God, they are lethal.
Yeah, but the dump off. All right, 75 yards.
75 yards. Here you go.
They are.
Boom.
Sure. And that's where maybe Purdy won't get the credit. It's like, wow, come on. You have so much talent around you. You're just managing the game.
Yeah.
And there's like just...
Well, so on that team, would you rather have Purdy plus 750 or McCaffrey 14 to 1?
I want McCaffrey.
He can do it all.
Sure.
He might throw one.
That he could do that too. He's your leader right now with that prop for most rushing yards. He did it in the first game. It's still held up so far.
Yeah.
With the long run. Bad job by him though. He got caught looking at the jumbotron. Guy's chasing you. Come on, make a move. Right? It's kind of like the Bengals game, the Hubbard touchdown. Turn around and block the guy. Don't just keep running. Andrews is gaining on him. Turn around and shove him down.
I do think though, put yourself in the player's shoes. Don't you think they can see where the guy is when they look at the jump?
He missed him. He was still
looking back.
No, objects might be closer than they appear. No, he got caught. He's looking up. The guy's right here. Make a move, stiff arm. He would have housed it.
Another one. Travis Kelce's 25 to 1.
I know that's tough though. He's got to have a $180 and 2 scores. Though.
Yeah, and then that's right. It's like last year was. I don't know. I also thought Aaron Donald had a great shot to win it last year too. That cost me a bunch of money.
Your level of confidence with the chalk and the home teams on this weekend.
Well, I'm pretty high on the Eagles.
This is usually someone bleeps the bet here.
Oh, spills it up, yeah, for sure.
There's always this second round stink bomb.
We're getting feedback right now on Twitter at VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, Pauly Howard. A bunch of people today making the case Jacksonville's getting too many points.
I could see that.
You said it earlier today.
Too. Yeah, that is a lot of points.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been until the first half. They were hot offensively.
Yeah,
it still scored 30 points.
Just to win the game, I like the Eagles quite a bit. Just to win the game, Eagles along with the Chiefs, I think that could be a really good 2-team teaser if the Eagles get to 7.5 points here. I need to find out more about the health of the Bengals offensive line. Because if that's going to be a third player down from last night's win, then I don't love their chances against Buffalo. And then regardless of which team wins tonight, I mean, the 49ers are just a machine right now.
Have to be favored in Philly. Have to be. Barring an injury.
This minute, I would say they're favored.
I give them a break, all right? It was a bad first half defensively. But they got the big fumble in the red zone, and then they contained them in the second half. So, good job.
Who do you think is playing for the Super Bowl right now? We each bet Bengals 49ers before the playoffs started.
Yeah, the exacta.
On the exacta, yeah.
Tough.
Chiefs 49ers rematch?
I'm on board. That's if we don't get. Imagine the scenarios if we don't get an upset. Oh boy, do we win as football fans?
Yeah, we do.
Eagles, Bills. The fans would take over Glendale. It'd be a madhouse. Bills, anybody. Can they exercise the demons? Chiefs, Niners is sexy. Chiefs, Eagles, Bills. I mean, look at the possible matchups here.
If that's Championship Sunday, where we get Bills, Chiefs, neutral, and then Niners at Eagles, that's just as good as it gets.
Yep.
But it also, like you said, I mean, something usually happens this round where it's like, too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the year that the Giants beat the Patriots, when the Patriots were 18-0, the NFC playoffs, that year the Cowboys were awesome and the Packers were great, and we were looking at a Packers-Cowboys NFC title game in Dallas, which would have been Favre versus Romo, and the ratings would have just been all-time good. But the Giants beat both of them.
Yep. I hear you. I know. And see if they can pull it off again with the late game Saturday. People are already saying it's 07, 2011 all over again.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.